Okay, so today we will see the cooperation. This is the another type of the synchronization. So in that we have a three methods like wait method, notify method, and the notify all methods. All the three methods we will see. So before that, we will see one example. Yesterday we saw one example. In that what we saw, that is the we calculate the ticket, right? Whatever people we have, in from that people we have calculated ticket. So today we will try to calculate the ticket collection. Okay, today we will try to calculate the ticket collection. How to calculate that? Simply we have to create a class. That is the ticket collection. My screen is visible, guys. The screen is visible. Okay. So ticket, uh, ticket collection. We will give this name. Ticket collection. In that, what we will do? Simply we will make it this as a thread. So simply we have, if you want to make it as a thread, we have to extend the thread class, and after that simply we have to override the run method, public void and the run method. If we want to calculate the ticket collection, what we need to do? Simply we have to calculate the total number of the tickets. How much total numbers of tickets we have and what is the price of that. So first we will take the total. That is the int total equals to 0. First we have 0 total. The 0 rupees we have. Now we have to calculate that. For that what we will do? Simply I use a for loop here. That is int I equals to from 1 it will be start first person. After that I is less than equals to 10% we have calculated yesterday, no? After that I plus plus. Okay, this is the thing. After that simply what we will do here, when first person come, then it will calculate the total equals to total plus first person will come. What is the ticket? That is, suppose if we have a ticket of 100 rupees, so what will we do? First person will come, it will give the 100 rupees. Then 0 plus 100, now we have a 100 rupees. Another person will come, there is the 100 plus 100, 200, 200 will calculate as a total. In 300, 400, 500, like that we will calculate into the total. Okay, after that simply what we will do here, simply we have created the thread here, right? This is total, whatever person it will become, that is for 10%, it will calculate the total and it will be stored here inside the instance variable. This is the instance variable, no? So we are changing the value of the instance variable here. Now what we will do, simply we have to calculate, we have to call the thread. So for that what we will do, simply we will create a main method first. See here I have created the main method. And inside that we have to create a object new ticket collection. Okay, TC. After that, with the help of that ticket collection object, simply we will call that, we have to call the run method. So for that, simply we'll write a TC dot start. Our thread is start now. After that, what we'll do, simply we want to we have calculated the total. Now if I want to print this thing here, so how we will print? Simply we write here system dot out. Okay, and here we will write collection total collection is rupees, like that I'm writing, and plus here I will write here. So total, if I write here total directly, so can it will be print? No, it will not print directly because it is present inside the different class. So what we need to do, with the help of tc dot total we can calculate that, right? If you write like that, it will be calculated. Which class object this tc is? That is the ticket collection. Inside the ticket collection what we have, that is the total. So we are calculating like that. Okay, if I run this one now, so what will be the output we will get? What will be the output we will get it here? What will be the output we will get it here? If I run this one now, so what will be the output we will get? Initializing 1000. Okay, anyone have any another answer or same answer? How much, what will be the output? 1000 or 0 or 300, 400? Total collection set, what it will do, simply it will come into the main method. Here we are creating a thread. So okay, Shiva is also saying 1000. Okay, Shiva say. After that here we have a tc dot start, it will become here into the run method. After that Here we are executing the for loop. What it will do? Simply it will execute the for loop first, initialize, then it will check the condition. That is 1 is less than equals to 10. 1 is less than equals to 10. Condition is true. It will come inside. Total equals to total plus 10, total plus 100. What is the value of total here? First time it is the 0. 0 plus 100, 100 will be stored into the total. After that again it will be increase the number from 1 to 10. 2 is less than equals to 10. Condition is true or false. That is true. It will be come here. It will be increase the value. So what is the new value? That is 100 plus 100 is 200. Then 300, 400, 500. Like a 10, like it will go till 10. So what it will do? Till 1000 it will be go. What is the last value of total? Is it 1000. After that here it will be here what we are printing, that is total collection is rupees. Collection is rupees, and what we are printing, simply tc dot total. So we are printing the value of this total here. So what will be the value it will be print? 1000 or 0? What will be the value it will be print? 1000 or 0? Here what will be the value it will be print? tc dot total. Anyone, any answer? If it is wrong also, no worries. Anyone have any answer? Okay, see, if I run this one now, 0. Why it is printing 0 here? It have to print 1000, right? It have to print 1000 because we are calculating, we are changing the value of the total here. We are calculating for the 10 people means 1000 it have to print. But it is printing only the 0. Why it is printing 0 here? Because here if I run this program, so what a JVM will do? JVM will create one thread here. JVM will create one thread here. That thread is a main thread, right? And that main thread will execute all the things from here, right? Whatever things are present here, that main thread will be executed. After that, it will be come to the first line, ticket collection tc equals to new ticket collection. What we are doing here, simply this main thread will create another thread, that is the thread 0, right? This is the basic, we know that this is the thread 0, it will create. After that, what it will be do? Thread 0 is created. It will start the thread 0 also. When it will start the thread 0, it will come here and it will execute this thing. Okay. While executing this thing, we knows that we have two threads now. That is the thread 0 and the main thread. We knows that all the threads will be execute at the same time. Okay. All the threads will be execute at the same time. What it will do? Simply this thread will be also work and this thread will be also work at the same time. But if you knows that here for loop we are executing this for loop for the 10 time. We are executing this for loop for 10 time. What it will do? It will take some, but main thread have to print this thing. What it will take? It will not take this much time, right? It will not take this much time. If main thread wants to print this line, so it will not take this much time. Like a loop will take more time than the simply printing a statement. See, this is the simple statement. Here we are printing only total collection, but here we are executing the loop. So this will take more time and this will not take that much time. Before calculating the total, okay, before calculating the total, it is printing this line. Okay, before calculating the total here, okay, before calculating the total here, this main thread is executing this line. But we don't want this thing, right? But we don't want this thing. What we want, when this total will calculate, after that only this line will be executed. Okay, when this thread, this total will be calculated, after that only this thing will be executed. For that, what we need to do, we have to wait a main thread, right? Main thread have to wait for the some time until thread 0 will calculate the total. If thread 0 will calculate the total, after that only main thread have to print this line. So for that, simply we will use the method, that is the wait, notify and notify all. So what will be the main thread will do? Main thread, if any thread what will be the wait method will do. So if any thread call the wait method, it causes the current thread to release the lock and wait until the another thread invokes the notify. And the notify method means what it is saying. Simply, if I use here, suppose it here is the here is the main thread. I will write here. Which thread is working here? That is the main thread. And which thread is working here inside the run method? That is the thread 0. Here our thread 0 is working and here our main thread is working. If I apply wait method on this main method, so what it will do? It will it will release the lock. And we know that object have two things, that is the area and the lock. Okay, object have two things, that is the object have two things, that is the area and the lock. And whichever thread having the lock, that will be execute the part. Okay, whichever thread having the lock, that will be execute the part. So this time this main thread have the lock. Right? Time this main thread have the lock. So what it will do? Simply this main thread, if we perform wait method on this main thread, it will release the lock. When it will release the lock, so another thread we have, that is thread 0, that will acquire the lock and it will be execute this condition. After that, simply we will use the notify method. What this notify method will do? When this thread is completed its task, it will send the notification to the waiting thread. Okay, which thread is waiting now? Is the main thread. Main thread will again acquire the lock and it will be start the execution again. Now, so if I write here simply pc dot wait, can it will be done? Can it will be done? So it is giving the error. Why? Because wait method throws one exception, that is the interrupted exception. Simply we have to handle that. So I will be handled with the help of try and the catch. Okay. Here I will be used try and catch. If I run this one now, can it will be run? Can it will be run? So it is giving the exception. There is illegal monitor state exception. Current thread is not owner. So simply if I use here also, that is the notify method. So can it will be run now? It will be run now. If I run this one, this time if I run this one now, so it will be run this time also. So no, it is not running. Why? Because to call wait notify or notify all method on any object, thread should be on the log of that object. That means the thread should be inside a synchronized area. Means we have to write all the things into the synchronized. Means this object, if we performing wait method, notify method, or the notify all method on any object, that thread should be on the log. Means that thread should be inside a synchronized area. What we need to do if you want to be that thread into the synchronized area, for that we have to use simply a synchronized block. So simply I will take this thing into the synchronized block. How? So simply I will remove this thing and I will write here synchronize. Okay. Inside that what I am doing is simply this time I am writing here TC. Okay. That is a ticket collection. Okay. And after that here we will write this thing, that is the whatever things we want to write, that is the wait method, we will write inside this. After that, this thing also we want into the synchronize block. So I will remove this thing, means cut, and after that here I will write synchronize. Okay. And this time also we want into the ticket collection object. Simply this time we will write here this. Okay. And inside this one we will print this thing. Now if I run this one, see what will be the output we will get it. 1000. Why we are getting 1000 now? Simply main method will execute this part, right? When we will execute the program, JVM will come here and it will create a thread, that is the main thread. After that main thread create another thread, that thread name is a thread 0. Thread 0 means main thread is start the execution of this thread 0 also. It will become into the run method. After that same time it will become here, the main thread will come here and it will see tc dot wait, and it is into the synchronized area in which object, that is the tc object, that is the ticket collection object. Right. What it will be do? Tc dot wait means what it will be do? Simply it will release the lock. It have a lock, no? It have a lock, that is the main thread. It will release the lock and it will come into the waiting state. Which thread? That is the main thread. It will be release the lock and it will come into the waiting state. Means this main thread is waiting now. Another thread we have, this release the lock, another thread, any another thread will be there, that thread will be acquire the lock. Which is the another thread we have? That is the thread 0. Thread 0 will come here and thread 0 will acquire the lock. Whatever thing is there, that will be, it will execute. Inside that, what we are calculating, that is the total. What we are calculating here, that is the total. It will become here, it will be execute this loop. 10 times. After that, it will call this notify method. What this notify method will do, this notify method will send the notification that I have completed the task. Now you can start the thread. Okay, it will send the notification that I have completed the task. Now you can start. To whom it will be send the notification? To the waiting thread. This thread is waiting here. Now that is the main thread. Main thread is in waiting now. What it will be do? Simple. It will be start the execution again. Whatever things it have to execute, it will be execute. Which task it have to execute now? That is this task, so it will be execute these tasks now. That is the use of our wait method, notify method, and the notify all method. So wait method, why we are using the wait method? Simply wait method, it will be release the lock. If it have the lock, so it will be release the lock. Then another thread it have, so what it will do, that another thread will be acquire the lock again. Then another thread will be acquire the lock. Then it will execute all the things, and then it will call the notify method. Okay, so it will be send the notification that I have completed the task. Now you can start the execution. Means it will release the lock. Okay, it will release the lock again. If it is release the lock, then main thread will come here again, and whatever thing is there, it will be start the thing. Okay, it will be execute the thing. If we see the theory also, if any thread call the wait method, it causes the current thread to release the lock and wait until the another thread invokes the notify method. It will come into the waiting state, right? It will become into the waiting state, and it will be wait until another thread will be called the notify method. And when another method call the notify method, so what it will do? This method is used to wake up single thread and releases the object. I mean, what it will do? It will send the notification that I have completed the execution. Now you can start the execution, right? Another thread which is in waiting state, or to that thread it will send the notification and it will release the lock here. Okay, and same like the notify all, this method is used to wake up all the thread. And the notify method, this thread is wake up a single thread. This is for the single thread, and notify all method for the all the thread. Okay, if you have multiple thread, so that time we are using the notify all method. And if you have a say single thread, so that time simply we have a notify method. This is the use of wait, notify, and the notify all method. Anyone have any doubt here? Anyone have any doubt? Anyone have any doubt here? Yes or no? No? Okay. Okay. So here we have completed the two types of synchronization, that is mutually exclusive and the cooperation also, right? And before that we saw multiple methods of the thread class. That is the this I will show you. That is this is the basic methods, naming methods, daemon thread method, priority based method. After that, we saw the prevent thread execution method. After that, interrupting a thread method also we saw that. And today we saw the inter communication method. There is a wait, notify, and notify all method. And remember one thing: this wait, notify, and notify all method. This is not present inside the thread class. This is present inside the object class. Okay, with all the three methods will be present inside the object. And today we have successfully completed the multi-threading. Now we will come into the another part. Anyone have any doubt into the multi-threading? Anyone have any doubt into the multi-threading concept? Anyone have any doubt? If anyone have any doubt, please just tell me. I will explain you again. No worries. No one have any doubt? Okay. Now we will start a new topic. Difference between sleep and the wait. Sleep. Okay. Sleep is a method. What is the use of the sleep method? Sleep stop the execution of the thread for the particular amount of time. If that amount of time will be over, then it will be start the thread again. But what is the use of this wait method? It will be release the lock. There is the lock concept will come. Okay, inside the on the on the synchronized block, it will become. And another thing is that this method, that is sleep method, is present inside the thread class, and this wait method is present inside the object class. So it will perform the operation on this synchronized method, that is the wait method. What it will do? It will simply release the lock. Okay, it will simply release the lock, and it will wait until another thread will be called the notify method. When notify method will call by the another thread, then it will be acquire the lock again and it will be start the execution of the thread. But what will be happen inside the sleep method? It it will wait for that particular amount of time. Whatever amount of time we have given here, it will wait for that particular amount of time. If that time will be over, it will start the execution again. Okay, okay, okay. Anyone have any other doubt? Okay. Now we will start the another concept, that is the collection. So what is meant by collection? Okay. So here let's start the collection. So before that collection, so what is the collection framework is that inside the single object we are adding the multiple element. Okay. Inside the collection framework, what we are doing, inside the single object we are adding the multiple element. So if you know that inside the array also we are adding the multiple elements into the single variable. Why we need to why we need a collection framework if we have a array? So we will see the difference. Array can store primitive as well as the non-primitive type of data, but inside the collection we can store only the non-primitive type of data. Okay. Array we can store only the homogeneous type of data, means only single type of data we can store into the array. But inside the collection framework we can add the heterogeneous type of data, means we can add multiple types of data into the collection framework. If we declare the array, suppose if we have a array, and if we declare the int type of array, suppose see, we see the example. I will remove this thing now. Okay, I will remove this thing also. Okay, here I will remove this thing. What we will do, simply I will create a main method here. Inside the main method we will try to create a array. So how we will create a array? Everyone knows how to create an array. Int of array, simply we will write like that, right? Equals to int, here we will write a 5. So I have created the array with size 5. If I want to add a element here, so how we will add that? Simply we have to add like that, array of array of 0. On the 0th index I want to add a 10 here, so I can able to add this thing. If I want to add the another one, that is the on the one position I want to add the 20, so we can able to add that. Suppose I want to add here the string value, that is the Java. Can we able to add this? Can we able to add this thing here inside the array? If we declare the int type of array, and if you want to add a, okay, so no, we cannot able to add the string type of value, right? This is a homogeneous array, is a homogeneous type of data, means inside the array we can add only the homogeneous type of data, but inside the collection framework we can store heterogeneous type of data, that is the different type of data we can able to add into the collection framework. Array size is fixed. Suppose if we have a size 5, and if we add here, suppose I'm adding 20 here, okay, here 2, then we will add 3, sorry, 4, and 3. Okay. So if I add here this much element, how much elements I have added here? There is the 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 5 elements I have added here. Now if I run this one, if I execute this one, so it will be add these things, right? But suppose if I add here the another one, if I add here another value, so can it will be add, if I add here the fifth index, I have add the another value, can it will be add? No. Why it will be not add? If I run this one, out of bound exception, right? If I run this one, what will we do? What it will be do? It will give you the error, that is the array index out of bound error, right? If I run this one, simply we will use here for loop int I equals to 0, then I is less than a dot array dot length, and simply I am using here I plus plus system dot out will write, and we have to print the array of, okay. I run this one, so it will give you the error, that is the array index out of bound, right? So we will see that. Let's see if I run this one, which error it is giving, that is the array index out of bound. index 5 out of bounds for length 5. It length is 5 and we are adding the sixth element, so it will be not allow there. Okay. Index starts from the 0 also, right? So it will index starts from 0. So and here if you see here, if we have a 5, if we have a array with size 5, if we add sixth element here, so it will be give you the error, right? If I remove this thing from here and if I run this one now, so it will be run, it will be run now, right? It is running now. So if we add sixth element here, so it will give you the error. Means this is the big disadvantage of our array. Array size is fixed. We cannot increase or decrease the size of array at the runtime, but collection size is dynamic. We can increase or decrease the size of the array at the runtime also, right? So collection is a dynamics. We can increase the value also, or we can decrease the value of, or decrease the size of the array at the runtime. But here another difference is that arrays are the inbuilt feature of the Java. Thus, we have to develop the algorithm. If you want to add the values, you want to remove the values. See, if you want to add the values, what we need to do? Array 0, then 10. If you want to remove the values, so simply we can remove also, right? But here we have to develop the algorithm. If you want to if you want to remove the value or if you want to add the value, so what we need to do? We have to develop the algorithm. But inside the collection framework is an API which is provide a predefined classes and the interfaces. Okay, so collection framework is an API. Okay, API means it is a collection of interfaces, classes, and the method. Okay, API means it will provide a predefined classes, interfaces, and the methods. Okay, so what is the method? Suppose if you want to add anything on the collection framework, so we have add method. If you want to remove anything from the collection framework, so we have a remove method. If you want to check that that value will be present there or not, so we have a content method. Most of the methods are present inside the collection framework. So if I show you, these are all the methods which are present inside the collection framework. We will see one by one. We will see all the methods from this. Okay, not all the thing. I will show you from a many important methods from this. Okay, there is the add method, add all method. See, if you want to add any method, add any value, we have add method. If you want to remove any value, we have remove method. If you want to check that that value is here or not, so if you want to search any value, so for that we have contains method, iterator we have is empty method. Multiple methods are present inside the collection interface, and multiple interfaces and the classes are present inside the collection framework. All are the predefined. We no need to do anything. Simply if we need that, simply we have to use that. Okay, we have to inherit that and we have to use that. Good. Okay, that is the simple way, and that's why we are using the collection framework. Why? So array size is fixed. Array will store homogeneous type of element. Array can store primitive and the non-primitive. Here we can add the only the non-primitive type of data, and inside the array we have to develop the algorithm to add or remove any values. But inside the collection framework is an API. Inside that we have a predefined classes, interfaces, and the method. If we want to add any values, simply we use add method. If we want to remove any values, we have a remove method. Means we have predefined classes, interfaces, and method. So we simply need to use that. We don't have to develop the algorithm. Okay, this is the difference between the array and collection framework. Many people are confused that if we have array, why we are using the collection framework? Okay, if we have array, so why we are using collection framework? Both have the same use, no? We are adding the multiple elements into the single variable and the single object. Right? Why we are using collection frameworks if we have a array? These are the difference between the array and the collection framework. Okay. After that, collection is Java. What is the definition? Collection is Java is a framework that provides an architecture to store and manipulate the group of objects. If I tell you what is the collection framework, inside the collection framework we have a predefined classes, interfaces, method. Inside that, what we will do? Inside the single object, we can store the multiple elements. Okay, if we can store the collection. User is disconnected. So wait a minute, I have to start it again.